Okay, so I want to try something a little different. I've only done covers and, you know, other list ranking type things in the past, and I've always thought tier rankings were pretty cool, and I decided I want to do some. So if you guys enjoy this, please let me know, and I'll continue to do them. But I'm going to start out with, since Linkin Park is kind of topical, they just had their 20th anniversary for Hybrid Theory this week, or over the weekend. So we're gonna rank all of their singles in order from best to worst. And let's make it fun. Let's make these. Let's give these some names. I'm gonna go with a goat for the best. For the next down, I'm gonna go with banger. I think that's cool. Next up, we're gonna go with solid. Because I'm biased. There's not many Linkin Park songs I don't like. I don't think there's really gonna be. It's gonna be listenable. I don't think there's gonna be really any on here that I don't. I'd be surprised if anything goes in this no thanks bottom tier. So we'll see. Maybe there might be one or two. There's probably some singles that weren't the best. But anyway, if you like this, subscribe and give me some likes and comments. It really helps me out. I would really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's jump right in order. And we're gonna go with A Light That Never Comes with Steve Aoki. I like it. I do like it. I don't think it's one of their best. I'm gonna put it in solid. It's it's got like a electronic EDM feel to it, which is different. And I respect Steve Aoki. Steve Aoki. It's not really my style of music, but they seem to have a good friendship with him, so that's cool. Yeah, right in the middle. I think that's a solid start. To put it in a solid tier. Next up, we have Bleed It Out, which for me is not really a favorite of mine. A lot of people love this song, but to me, it's just solid. Um, I think part of what I don't like so much about it is that it was almost immediately thrust into this show closing role for a lot of their sets, and I don't see it there. I don't really think it's one of their best songs or anything, so it kind of is a put off to me when they have such a great discography, and this is the song they choose to close on. So I don't know. That's not really fair, but it is what it is. And I don't know. It's got a cool riff, and the chorus is fine. It's fine. It's just not like one of my favorites. Um, and here we go with Breaking the Habit, another song that people really seem to enjoy. A lot of people call it one of their favorite songs ever released by Linkin Park, and it's not that for me. But I'll still put it as a banger. It's still a great song, and it was their first single they ever released, not featuring any rapping or really any heavy elements at all. So it's definitely a change of pace for them. So good on them. It's still a really good song, just never been one of my absolute favorites or anything. Then we have Burning in the Skies from A Thousand Suns. And people are probably going to hate me. Oh my god, I'm putting all these like fan favorite songs in the middle here. But again, just nothing that ever grabbed me. There were much better songs on the album. I don't even remember this getting like a music video or anything. I'm not even sure it was an official single, but it's on the list. So, sure. Why not? The next one is Burn It Down from Living Things. I'm going to put it here. I remember when it first came out and I loved it. It was different from A Thousand Suns, and I love A Thousand Suns. Don't get me wrong. That's one of my favorite Linkin Park albums for sure. My favorite albums of all time. But I don't know. I like that Linkin Park does different things. I don't want them to do the same thing every time. I like when they change it up. So it's refreshing. Off the same album of Living Things, we have Castle of Glass, and I absolutely love this song. Goat tier for me. I think it's Probably one of their most underrated singles ever. I mean, I know the hardcore fans love it, but I don't think a lot of people in the mainstream got it as much. I don't know, but I think it was really well done and another really unique song. Nothing else in their whole library sounds like it. So good job there. We have Crawling, which is, listen, a lot of people think that, again, this is one of their best songs. I think I mean, it's still a great song. It's going to be a banger. But I don't know. I think I liked this song a lot better when I was 11 than now that I'm like 30. So, it's still really good. It's still going all the way up here. Come on, I'm not too harsh. Darker Than Blood, another Steve Aoki song. I actually like this one better than A Light That Never Comes. I'm going to put it as a banger. Technically, it's not really a Linkin Park song. It's actually a Steve Aoki song, but that's okay. I love the vocals in this song more than I do for A Light That Never Comes. I just think they really stand out here. They really, I don't know, they just really accent how good Mike and Chester are together, especially. Here we go. We got something off Collision Course, and for the first time, I'm going to say no thanks. Collision Course is like the one thing that Linkin Park did that I'm not really a big fan of because I don't like Jay-Z. I'm not a big hip hop rap guy. This pretty much my only exception is like Linkin Park and like a couple other bands like Danger Kids or Papa Roach does it okay, I guess. I don't know. There's not a lot of bands I enjoy where they do it, so yeah, hate me all you want, but Collision Course is probably my least favorite thing they've ever done. So sorry. Faint. Yes, that is one of the best songs they've ever released, hands down. It's probably top 3 in my opinion. So it's going to be all the way up at the top. I'm going to try and rank the GOAT tier in order. I'm going to try and do it now so I don't have to go back and do it at the end. So Faint is insane. Such a good song, so much energy. That's the song that we deserved at the end of the set, not You Bleed It Out. Next up, we have, what is that? That is Final Masquerade, which is a good ballad. A great ballad on the end of a heavy album. So it's enjoyable. They did that a couple albums in there. They seem to love to put the ballads towards the end. It's not the final track, but it's one of the last ones. So they seem to always like to put them at the end, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, good stuff. Can't complain about it. What is that? I'm not so familiar with these single covers. Thank God for Linkinpedia, right? That is From the Inside, which is another one of my favorites. I'm actually going to put it ahead of Castle Glass because I love it so much. It's just, that's another one, just like Castle Glass, that is one of their like most underrated singles ever. I don't remember this getting a ton of airplay, and I think it should have got more because it's so good. It's got everything. It's got the heaviness. It's got the catchy chorus. It's got some rapping. It's got a really nice, soft verse. I love it. It's everything about it is so good. This is Given Up, and this is gonna go up here too. Yeah, I'll put it there. Just the vocals on that. One of Chester's absolute best vocal performances of his whole career. Top 3, I would say. Just unbelievable. The choruses, the notes he hit in those choruses is crazy. And the 17-second scream is like unprecedented. I've never heard anything like that anywhere else in music. Especially at that pitch. It's so high. Oh, it's wonderful. I love it so much. I have no idea what this is. This is, I don't even know what I'm looking at there. Oh, that's Good Goodbye. I guess I'm blind. Meh. Definitely one of the weakest singles I think they released. one of their weaker singles from an actual like album. Not a Crash Collision Course was not like a solo album. That was like a mashup. And then obviously these are just singles, the two Steve Aoki ones. So is this going to end up being the weakest one that from an actual album? I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. The features just didn't do it for me. Stormzy was okay, I guess, but he's got such a weird voice. It just was a little off-putting. And Pusha T's verse is terrible. So, and then the Chipmunks, it's not awful, but it just didn't hit what they were going for, I don't think. They were trying to make it this epic arena song, and I think they just missed the mark. Guilty all the same. What a great way to introduce the return to the heaviness, And this was heavier than anything they'd ever done before to that point. And this and A Line in the Sand are like the two heaviest songs I could think of from their whole discography. So, what a fun single. And the feature from Rakim, I'm not a big fan of features, but it really worked here. So, really good stuff. This one, I believe, is heavy, and I put heavy in this category. Again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of features. I could take or leave Kiara, but it works for me on this song. It's not too intrusive, and she seemed really happy about doing it. So cool, good for that. I like when people are at least enthused to do what they're asked to do. If you don't want to be a part of it, or if you're just a part of it for the money, what's the point? Just if you're enjoying it, that's great. I like to see that. So I enjoyed it. What is this one? This is High Voltage featuring Evidence. Pharaoh, I don't even actually know this, so I don't think I can put it in no thanks, I guess. I'm assuming this was from Reanimation, so I didn't really listen to I've heard Reanimation. I've only listened to it a couple times all the way through, so it's not really my cup of tea for the most part. I'm gonna put it here, I guess. I'm putting it here just because I know that I really like about half of Reanimation. I really don't like the other half. So a lot of the features are hip hop and rap, and again, not my style. So it's okay. I could take it or leave. I could leave it. It doesn't really affect me. The regular High Voltage is good, but in the end is gonna go here. In the end is what a classic Linkin Park song. Like this is the song, and while it's not one of my personal favorites, it's iconic. Everybody knows this song and everybody loves this song. When you hear this song at a bar or out in public, you just recognize it, and maybe you sing along. At a bar, I'm sure you sing along because you're probably drunk, but in public, you're not going to sing probably. You're probably just going to, nod your head and be like, yeah, this song's good. So this was the first Linkin Park song I ever heard. I heard it in a car. I was resisting it for a long time. I had a friend in elementary school that told me, "Oh man, you're gonna love this band, Linkin Park. Check them out." And I was, for whatever reason, stubborn, saying, "No, I don't really. I won't. I really like a lot of music." I heard him in the radio. I was like, "Who is this?" At the end of the song, I said, "Oh, In the End by Linkin Park," and hooked ever since. So I learned my lesson. That's what I get. Iridescent. Iridescent is going to be a GOAT tier single. It isn't, what was it, Transformers 3? It was from Thousand Suns, though. It's fine. I didn't watch any Transformers movies. You would think I would, but I wouldn't. Just not my thing. Great song. Really uplifting chorus. Mike gets to sing a bit, and he does a really good job. Just what a fun song. I love it. What a great song. I think I want to say this is Leave Out All the Rest. Yeah, this is Leave Out All the Rest with that cool space video. Yeah, it's a banger. I don't think I liked it very much upon first hearing it, but it's really grown on me over the years, and especially it's taken on a new meaning after Chester passed, and it really has stood out to me even more since then. And it's just a really good song. Yeah, can't be mad about it. And yeah, I think I'm good with it there. I like it. This is, I can't read this. What is that? What are you? You are, um, oh, you're Lost in the Echo. You're going up here too, because you're awesome. Lost in the Echo is a great song. My favorite song off of Living Things, for sure. Just love the energy and the interplay between Chester and Mike in the second half of the song is great. Really good stuff. Lost in the Echo. New Divide is going to go up here too. I'm going to probably put it here. This is one of those songs that it was written for Transformers, which is weird. You would think it's a lot of soundtrack songs for movies aren't really, bands don't put that much of an effort into it or whatever. They went all out here. I remember in 2009, this song was everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing this. I heard it in like Atlantic City buffets and grocery stores and malls. Everywhere I went, it was everywhere. I would be driving around, and I would just hear it coming from blasting from all the cars on the road. And what a time to be alive! Everybody loved this song, and it's so good, so catchy, and everything about it's fun. Not Alone, which is a single for Habitat for Humanity, I think. I know there was like a earthquake in Haiti or something, and it was released as something for that. Um, I'll go solid. It's not one of my favorites or anything, but Chester sings. It's a nice song, you know. Chester sounds really nice on it, so I'll give it to him. Then we have Numb from Meteora, and that's going to go right up here towards the top. This song is the epitome of what I want to hear from Chester in Linkin Park. Just everything he does so well is here. This song was like tailor-made for his voice. And now, as I've always loved it, but especially after his passing, it took on a whole new meaning. After the Hollywood Bowl show, and just the song just playing with the crowd singing it to Chester's microphone stand would just gave me chills. And ever since then, it's just taken on a whole new life. Wow. And then we go to Numb Encore. No thanks. I said what I said about Collision Course, and I mean it. So I don't need that album. It's just not for me. If you like it, that's fine. I don't. I think that's One More Light. It is. That's One More Light. And it's going to go here. I'll put it there. There it is. One More Light. It was a great song before Chester passed. And it's the last single we'll ever get with him from Linkin Park. But after, it just took on a whole new legacy. Now it's this anthem. And it's hard to listen to, but it's like always a good listen. Like you kind of need it when you hear it. So I love it. And a lot of people do. And a lot of people think of Chester when they hear it. So that's always something nice. One Step Closer. This is the single that started it all. And I'm going to put it right around this area. I think, I have this exact poster in my bedroom right now on my ceiling of that. It's cool artwork. It's just, what a great way to introduce the band to the world. This is exactly what music was trending towards right now, and it was the perfect way to get people hooked. And it's just iconic. Just the guitar riff, the chorus, the bridge, "Shut Up When I'm Talking to You." Everything's iconic about it. Everybody knows this song and loves it. So What a great job. Paper Cut. This is tough. Paper Cut's going there. Go on. Move over. Paper Cut is the ultimate Linkin Park song. It is everything that they did so well, especially early in the career. You got Chester and Mike going back and forth. You have just some beautiful vocals by Chester in the end of it. Just everything is so perfect about the song. Heavy guitar riffs, scratching, just so much fun. I could listen to this song every day, all day. It's so good, and I think it might be the best Linkin Park song. And what a way to start off the album! Like, what a good kickoff song. This is the perfect kickoff song to any album, and especially to the album that is Hybrid Theory. There's no better way. This song is what is this next one? Oh, this is Powerless. I actually don't remember this being released as a single, but it's good. It's a banger, I think. It's a good ballad. Chester and ballads they go together really nice. He's got such a nice, like, sweet voice when he wants to, so that's one thing I love. I love that he can do that, like, the really nice, like, sappy ballads, and then he can go ahead and do something like Giving Up. What a versatile guy. I love that about him. Next up, we have, oh, this is, okay, this is Points of Authority from Reanimation. I think I like this version better than the Hybrid Theory version, actually. It's a banger. I believe that's the Jay Gordon remix, I believe. From Jay Gordon from Orgy, which is another cool band from around that time period. They had some really good songs. And yeah, that's a really good, that's one of my favorite songs off of Reanimation, I think. That, the With You remix, the One Step Closer remix, By Myself. There's some really good ones, but those are some of my favorites. Next up, I think, what are you? What is that? What is that next one? I really don't know these single things. Oh, that's Rebellion. Okay, Rebellion's really good. Rebellion's a banger. It's got a feature from Darren Malakian from System of a Down on it. He plays the guitar, and his guitar tone is like unmistakable. Like, you hear it and you're like, oh, that's him. So it gives the song a really cool edge to it. And the song is like really heavy, but it's not like as in your face as you would expect from a heavy song. It's different. I like it. I think it's got a cool vibe to it, so I'm all for it. This one is, oh, this is the Rolling in the Deep Adele cover. Okay, so this wasn't like an official release, but oh my God, Chester was so good on this. It's gonna go all the way in the bottom of GOAT, but it's going in the bottom. It's going to GOAT because Chester sounded so, like, I was blown. I've known what Chester could do for the longest time, but I was blown away even after hearing this. Like, so he still surprises me all those years later, you know. So what a great one. I'm glad that was included. I kind of forgot that existed. Shadow of the Day. It's solid. It's, you know, it's really good. It's just not, it never wowed me really. And I think it was a little overplayed, you know, especially for the rest of with the rest of the stuff that was on that album that was picked as a single and like really overplayed. It's kind of, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. It's still really good. Like, who am I kidding? I still love the song, but it's just not as high for me as some of the other ones. Then we have Somewhere I Belong, which is, I think I'd throw it right around here. Somewhere I Belong is another iconic one. It's another one that has like everything Linkin Park does so well. The rapping, the really nice singing, then the harder singing, scratches, the heavy guitar, like quintessential Linkin Park here. Like, if I were to show somebody any Linkin Park song for the first time, this would be on my short list. Like, I would probably, if I were to pick like any like 3 or 4 songs, it would probably be Somewhere I Belong, Paper Cut, Numb, and In the End, maybe, like, those are like the ones that I think people would need to hear first. Um, then we're gonna have The Catalyst. I absolutely adore this song. Like, everything on this album like builds so perfect to that song. Like, I just think A Thousand Suns is such a good album to listen to front to back. It's just, that's the way it's meant to be, consumed. And The Catalyst is the climax to that song. Like, if you're reading a good book and all the songs are chapters, and then you get to the final chapter, and this is it. Like, listen, I know The Messenger is obviously the last song on the album, and The Catalyst is second to last, but I consider the Messenger to be like the epilogue, like, right, like, just, the kind of wrap up of the story. And the Catalyst is actually the final chapter, and that piano part at the end is what a climax. Oh my God, everything builds to that moment, and it is gorgeous. I love it so much. Next up, we have Until It's Gone. That's gonna join Good Goodbye in the listenable category, and I think it's a little bit better than Good Goodbye, at least. So I don't really have a lot to say about this. The lyrics are kind of cliche, they're a little cheesy. It's not bad or anything. It's just, I'll never go out of my way to look for that song to listen to it. That's kind of what that is for me. Then next up we have Waiting for the End, which is definitely widely considered a top tier Linkin Park song by the fans. I personally think I like The Catalyst a little bit better, but Waiting for the End is right up there. That's the first time I heard off that album and was like, oh my God. It's funny because the first time I heard A Thousand Suns, I didn't hate it or anything, but I was like, oh my God, what is this? Except for Waiting for the End. I heard Waiting for the End. I'm like, this is amazing. So, right off the bat, I loved it. I always have. And next up, we have Wastelands, which is it's a banger. It's good. Probably the closest that the Hunting Party gets to like an old school Linkin Park feel. And there's some really good moments in it. It's not one of my favorites. It doesn't blow you away, but it's just steadily really good. So, hard to argue against it going there. Oh man, I forgot about this. It's We Made It, featuring Busta Rhymes. No thanks. Um, this is so cheesy. It's funny because like I used to think it was kind of cool when it first came out, and I went back and listened to it like last year with a friend of mine, and we were both just laughing. It's there's nothing wrong with what Linkin Park does in the song. It's not their fault. I blame Busta Rhymes for how bad this is. And, it's not like the worst thing I've ever heard. It's just not it's not flattering. It's not really their best thing they've done. So, no thanks. Then we have What I've Done from Minutes to Midnight, and there we go. That's going to be my top five, guys. There it is. As the next one is not going to go into GOAT. But yeah, I'm really happy with that top tier. What I've Done is currently my ringtone on my phone. I love the song, and it's just like it really signaled them going into a new area, and there's the drastic change of sound that was to come in the next album. It kind of hinted at it. It was like, listen, guys, get ready because we're saying goodbye to what we used to be, and we're going to be something different from now on. We're getting older, we're maturing, and it's time for us to move on. And we want you guys to be there for us and be with us. That's what that song is to me, and I think they did a great job. The song's catchy. I love everything about it. It's got a guitar solo, which is extremely rare for them. Um, just great song. Maybe a tad overplayed for certain people, but I like it. And then talking to myself, it's a banger. It's the last song that was released while Chester Bennington was alive. Actually, it was released the day he died, which is sad. But um, it's a good song. It's really fun. Definitely one of the highlights of One More Light. A lot of people aren't a big fan of that, and it's probably my least favorite album of theirs. But I think there's really good stuff on it. So, um, yeah, that's gonna do it. Um, I just want to say, like, thank you guys if you watched this whole thing, and if you want to see me do more of these, let me know, and let me know what you want me to do because I'm open to do plenty of stuff. It doesn't have to be music. I mean, music makes sense because this is like a music channel, but I'll do other stuff too. Like, I don't care. As long as it's fun and not like stupid. I'm not judgy though. I'll do whatever as long as it's not like offensive or in bad taste. Um, but yeah, what do you guys think of my tier list of these songs? This is my goat tier in order too. The rest of them aren't really in order, except for these two, except for this and the goat tier. But um, yeah, what do you think of my top five, especially? This is maybe controversial, but that's what I think the best Linkin Park singles are. So yeah. So subscribe and like and comment. Go ahead. Thank you guys so much.